Hello everyone. Today we're going to discuss the last topic of this chapter, and that is about the movement of snakes. Now we are all familiar with this reptile called snake. So it is one of the most deadly venomous animal on earth, and we are almost everyone is quite afraid to even go near it. But we have seen the different postures and the positions how a snake moves. It is not similar to that of the other reptiles. Mostly the other reptiles or the other animals, they move in a straight path. But do the snakes move in a straight line? The answer is no. They have a particular motion. They have a particular pattern through which they move about. So in this video, we are going to discuss how the snake moves. But before going to the movement of the snakes, let us first of all discuss the body structure of the snakes. So let us see the skeleton of the snake. So as you can see, this is the skeleton of a snake. So the snakes, they have a long backbone. As you can see, the bone that is passing through the middle in the figure, that is the backbone. And they have many thin muscles. And these are connected to each other even though they are far from one another. The muscles, they are connected to each other. Also, the muscles are interconnected to the backbone, the ribs, and the skin. Now, as you can see, here there are many small bones that are connected to the main backbone. And this helps in providing a complete control over the bodily movement of the snake. Since the muscles are interconnected with the bones and the bones are again interconnected to the backbone, so this helps in a proper motion of the snake. Now as you can see from the figure itself that the snake's body is curvy in nature. That means it can bend or twist its body quite easily. It has a flexibility in its body. As a result, the motion is also quite flexible than any other animal's motion. So generally, how do the snakes move? Let us see. This is how the snake moves. We all might have seen this. We are quite familiar with this motion. Now, this motion of the snake is called slithering. This motion is called slithering. And in this motion of the snake body curves into many loops. As you can see, it is making many loops. Here you can see in the figure, it is making at least 2 to 3 loops. So this looping movement of the snake is due to a reason. So what is that reason? Each loop of the snake gives it a forward push by pressing against the ground. So when the snake makes a loop, it is actually giving that force to move forward. Just like if you consider a spring, if we compress the spring, then we release it, it moves with a force. Similarly, here also when the snake, it makes the loop, it is actually compressing itself. It's contracting its muscles and it is compressing itself. And when the muscles are relaxed, it gives a forward push. And this forward push actually helps the snake to move forward. and it moves quite abruptly, quite rapidly it moves. We know that snakes are very fast moving creatures. So it is also due to this looping effect, or you can say this slithering movement of the snake. Now, since its long body makes many loops and each loop gives it this push, the snake moves forward very fast and not in a straight line. If the snake would have moved in a straight line, the motion would have been slower. But since it moves in this curvy pattern, so the motion is quite fast. The snakes can move very fast as compared to other reptiles. Since other reptiles, they move in a straight line, but the snakes, they always move in such a curvy pattern, making a loop. And this loops provides the necessary force for the snake to move forward. So clear? So I hope the movement of the snakes part is clear to you all. And this brings us to the end of this chapter. Now in this chapter we have learned about the different movements of different animals, and depending upon their bodily structures, the movement also differs, and depending upon the environment in which it lives, there are some similarities and some dissimilarities between the different body parts of the animals, and depending upon these similarities and dissimilarities, the motion of the animals also changes. Clear? So that's it then for today. Thank you and have a nice day.